G'day guys, SkylerStardrift here. I'm just a dragon that plays video games. Welcome back to Super Mario RPG. In the last episode, we battled through Exor and we managed to get to Smithy's factory before running back here to save. And in this episode, we are going to be tackling Smithy's factory. Although there was a problem. A pretty big problem. So let's start drifting as I explain what happened. Unfortunately, I've lost a recording. And I was stupid enough to not save to two separate save files. So the next time I hit a save block, you'll see basically that I have two save files now. And the Wii U system restore point did not help me. The problem is, I've played through them a very high amount here. I'll show you now. As you can see. The only problem is now I've played through a very high amount of Smithy's factory, including a boss battle. However, during my recording session last week, right at the end of the video, like, I had just recorded 19 minutes. My laptop blue screened. I was just about to hit end on the video, which would have saved it in the Elgato software. But I didn't get to it in time, and the laptop blue screened without warning. Because of the way Elgato works, it didn't save the recording at all. I've gone through my entire system. I can't find it. It's gone. The whole thing is lost, and that includes a boss battle. And I'm not playing through the entirety of the game over again. So, that was frustrating. That was why I didn't end up recording last week. As a result, we've done a lot in Smithy's factory already. And on top of that, Gino leveled up as well. And I can't remember exactly what I picked, but at the very least, I've swapped over to my new laptop, which is something I've been meaning to do for a couple of weeks now. And it seems to be working A-OK, but if this one blue screens as well, I'm not going to be a happy chappy. And can I please make this jump? So I think I'm going to be skipping a fair few enemies, maybe. I'm going to be skipping stuff that isn't exactly required, if I can help it. Just to get around it. And I think I might have gotten a few surprise boxes. Maybe not surprise boxes, but I have gotten a few item boxes as well. Jumping on that switch opens the pathway here. That's pretty much it. These guys give a lot of experience points, so they are worth the trouble if you want to take them out. There's another save point here, and this is where the going starts getting a little rougher. So be aware of that. Alright, so this is pretty much where I ended the recording, I think. I'll know when I see it, because I was about to hit a item box. So this may not even be close. But yeah, it's unfortunate that that happened, but at the same time, I don't have the time or patience to play through the entirety of the game again just to get to that point, so... Well, for Pete's sake. I'm not doing very well on these jumps anyway. But at least now I've moved over to the other laptop, and it's working a heck of a lot better. I mean, for a start, Elgato actually updated. And I have the latest version now instead. So I think if we go through here, I'm not too sure exactly where it is, but there's like a room in between these two rooms or something like that. And we have to battle a boss. Now, I'm just gonna pull up my trusty tablet here. Because this is a boss that you won't be battling again. And the way this boss works is a little differently to other bosses. So I thought it was worthwhile bringing this up. The boss's name is called Countdown. He's a large clock-like being and a member of the Smithy gang. He has several attack patterns, and he attacks based on the time it is. Not the time of your console, because Mario RPG was on the Super Nintendo and that didn't have an inbuilt clock. But it's basically, it seems Countdown is nothing, according to the Mario Wiki. During battle, it seems Countdown is nothing more than a puppet used by the Dingalings, as Countdown attacks in a continuous cycle, with the attack depending on what numbers the hands on his clock face are on. So Clockdown is the main boss, but the Dingalings, which are attached to which are basically the bells, are also independent enemies. The Dingalings have other attacks as well. Dingaling can attack physically or use special moves, such as Dark Star, which is similar to the special attack used by Mallow, but targets a single character for high damage, Doom Reverb, which casts Silence, and Fear Roulette, which KOs a party member at random. Countdown attacks, then the Dingalings attack, and there's two Dingalings. You can take out the Dingalings before taking out Countdown if you like. As for Countdown's attack pattern, his attacks range from Ice, Rock, or Crystal at 1 o'clock, Recover at 3 o'clock, which he can cast on the Dingalings, Aurora Flash at 5 o'clock, Mega Recover at 6 o'clock, again, I believe he can cast that on the Dingalings, Water Blast at 7 o'clock, he takes a break at 9 o'clock, so he just doesn't attack, Pedal Blast at 10 o'clock, and Corona at 12 o'clock. And Corona, I don't think that's an attack we've seen before. No, it's not. Often used by boss enemies. When used, Corona will summon a large yellow orb that will attack all members of Mario's party, doing significant damage. There you go. So that's basically everything about Clockdown that you need to know for that battle. So I'm sorry I lost the recording. I can't remember if it was interesting or funny or not, but anyway, this is where I was up to. And you might notice something. The Axum Rangers. And if we end up in a battle, the boss music starts playing. And these look specifically like Axum Ranger Red, Green, and Pink, don't they? They even have very similar moves, if not the same moves. It's Pedal Blast that I need to be worried about. My previous recording told me Pedal Blast was... ugh. Yep. Alright. So Pedal Blast turns people into mushrooms. Anyway, these are called Machine Made. They look similar to the bosses, and it even treats it like a boss battle. But they're much weaker. Significantly weaker. They do not have nearly as much HP as the regular bosses do. That said, they still have a fair bit. I think I want to take out Green next. On the plus side, you can battle these guys as many times as you like. They're machines. You can just keep going after them again and again and again. But you can kind of see what Smithy's up to now. Hey! Bowser reaches level 26. Alright, Bowser, what have you got that we can boost? Your special goes way up, so let's boost that. So you get the full extent of Smithy's plans now. He was going to invade the Mushroom Kingdom by making these machine maids. Essentially, everything you battled up to this point was a perfected one of these things. Or at least a large amount of them anyway. Especially bosses. Alright, let's get rid of Axum Green. I know they're just called Machine Maids, but they do look different. They just have the same name, so... Alright. Like I said, relatively weak. They give a bunch of experience points, though. That's 30 experience points per battle. And that's a mushroom. Alright, fully recovered. But these things are just littering the factory at the moment. What have we got down here? Ooh. A flower and another mushroom. Interesting. Not required, but interesting. Oh, I missed. I suppose that's just in case you're severely underleveled and the Axum Ranger's doing a ton of damage to you. A little more than you'd like. Alright. Fortunately, there's only 3 of these guys. It's not all 5 of them, it's just 3 of them. So it's also much easier than the boss battle as well. Even though the game still treats it like a boss battle. At least you missed Peach this time so she can attack. You know you're weak when Peach could take you out. Alright. That just leaves Axum red, and he's basically throwing his attack turn. Alright, Toadstool. Nice miss. He's standing right there and not moving. And there we go, that does it. That does you in. 30 experience points. So that's approximately 10 for each of them. As for these Amiiboids, I haven't really talked about them too much. If you mess... They don't have a lot of HP, and definitely not a lot of defense. But if you don't kill them in one move, they will split into 5 more. They can't do that again by the looks of it from what I've seen, but it's just a turning a 1-turn battle into several turns. On top of that, there is the other added problem of the fact that it doesn't give you any more experience points for that. At all. It spawns more enemies and doesn't give you the free experience for them. Alright, now we've got more stuff. We've got Jabbits and Mad Mallets now. Brand new enemies, and we're gonna have to take them out. And these guys are fully colored, so these guys are ready for action. These guys are ready and waiting for us. Hey, Toadstool reaches level 26. Nice work, Toadstool. Alright. I think that's... Yeah, this one's gonna be special, but I don't think Toadstool's gonna be too valid. Again, you can just stand here and grind if you like. That's fear on those guys. These guys are Poundits. They look like stronger Mad Mallets, to be honest. Their feet move funny. But at least they look alive. It's a miss. Alright, done. Once again, very well if you insist. Last shot. I mean, alright. Whatever you think will work. I imagine that would be a heck of a lot harder if I didn't have enough defense or enough levels. Oh, you chicken. Come back here and fight like a mallet. Mario reaches level 27. 135 to 137. Yep. Let's do his power. And Mallow reaches level 27 as well. That'll be your power, Mallow. Cool. Oh, I got hit by an arrow. I think that means I'm stunned. You gotta watch those arrows falling down as well, because I'm pretty sure they stun you. Which means you're gonna end up in more battles if you're not careful. I was about to leap out of trouble, but... yeah, it stuns you. It stuns you briefly. And these guys... you've seen these guys before. They're springers now, and we've got Pupox. So even these guys were Smithy's minions. Defense up for Toadstool. And let's take out these springers too. So yeah, there's a lot of battles in Smithy's factory. a lot of battles. But it also makes it a viable grinding spot, because there's a ton of experience points. By this point in time, you should be where I am, or around that. Oh boy. So it's not too much trouble to just constantly, just stand at one of the ends of the conveyor belt and just take things out constantly. There are better grinding spots. Anyway, you might remember this guy from the very start of the game. Drain, so he's still got the same attacks. And again, this is just a machine made. So, again, a weaker version of the boss. Although this one actually counts as a boss, simply because of how many coins it threw out there. You can take these guys out, no problem. When you get to this point in the game, the enemies here aren't too much trouble. It looks scary, sure, because there's a bunch of bosses. But fortunately, because they're being mass-produced, there's also been a couple of flaws that Smithy hasn't quite worked out. So it's fine. But if you want experience points, go for it. Steady on. Oh, slipped off. I think there might be something down here. Maybe. I don't know. Normally we bounce straight back up, so... Ugh. And we've got booze. Alright. Lightning orb. I did nothing. What am I worried for? So remember how we were battling the big boos before? Well, now we've got little boos. So boos were in cahoots with Smithy all along. They aren't Bowser's minions, they're Smithy's minions. I'm just kidding. They're Bowser's minions. Oh, I missed. Good job, Mario. Nice miss. Willy Wisp. Alright. And just a regular attack. And that should do you in. Yep, 402 damage. These guys are even weaker than the big boos, by the looks of it. And... bam. Alright, perfect. This isn't too hard at all. Alright, lightning orb on Mario again. I think we might check out what's in that box, and I think we'll end the episode there, because I saw that surprise, or that box up there. And we've got these hippopos here as well. They look big, they look scary. And they're casting Drain Beam. But, again, at this point in the game, it's nothing really to worry about. Especially if you're this level. If you're this level and you've got this equipment on, then it's really nothing to worry about. And if you equip the Lazy Shell armor as well, oh boy. What have I got here? That's a royal syrup. I really want to keep that, because that's all flower points. So I'm going to toss away maple syrup for it. And I think that's probably going to be a really good place to end the video. So, we'll see you guys on the flop side when we continue our trek through Smithy's factory of machine making. See you guys on the flop side. Catch you then, and thanks for watching.